Hey guys, how's it going? It's Car here with another Guardian Tales video, and in today's video I'm covering the new patch here in Guardian Tales. This is the translated patch notes on the Korean server. This is coming soon to them, but 2 weeks for us. If you're not familiar with how the patch structure works here in Guardian Tales, we always get a patch every 2 weeks. One of the coolest things about this game is that you can reliably get a patch every 2 weeks, and we get to see them 2 weeks into the future because they always get them on the Korean server first, then we'll get them 2 weeks later. You get to really plan for your pulls here in this game. We can really take our time and pick exactly which characters we want to pull for, so it really works out for us. And then also I want to say big shout out to the community here. We've been killing it. We gained a ton of subscribers. I believe we're up over 1,500 subscribers in the last month. Also, the last video I did that was a news style video like this absolutely killed it. So I'm hoping we can keep that same energy. We had over 300 likes in the last one. Let's try to do the same thing here. Would really appreciate it. Also, subscribe to the channel for more Guardian Tales content. And with that out of the way, let's get into the video here. So this is the kit of Yuze here. So they're definitely not slacking on personality here. Again, it looks like another two-handed character, a water character. So it seems to be that they're bending the elements of these characters. So this is another natural 2-star that is becoming 3-star water character, two-handed weapon versus she was a two-handed weapon this time as well. Whereas Sohee actually went from a rifle character to a two-handed weapon character. We have rotates two-handed sword and deals damage to enemies, reduces damage enemy deals by 20% for 5 seconds. And then we have CPR. I think that's kind of hilarious from a water-themed character. Impact enemy's heart and avoid 350% damage per second. And avoid 350 damage per second. A little interesting. I wonder if that's a translation issue. We'll have to look at the chains later on when we really go in depth and see if that really fits with other water characters. For the most part, I'm assuming she might be like a standalone arena character. Next, we have her special ability here, 30% increase defense during Aqua Wheel use, which is her auto attack, which, so it sounds like she just has almost just a net 30% increase in defense, unless she's just not auto attacking, probably like when she's trying to get into range. So that moment she's trying to get into range, she's going to not have this passive, but it seems like almost 100% uptime. The more you do, the higher the movement speed and attack speed will be, up to 30%. The more you do, it's really tough with these translations. So I'm assuming the more you auto attack, the higher your movement speed and attack speed will be, up to 30%. This effect is applied only during the use of Aqua Wheel. So interesting. It seems like they're trying to encourage you to get into these long chains instead of attacking. Or I wonder if this will also apply if you're auto attack canceling, like how people play Future Princess, where they constantly just do the dash. I wonder if this is trying to discourage that, or if it still benefits from something like that. Now let's actually check out the exclusive weapon here. It looks like 20% defense, 20% of HP, and then skill damage 20%, and then lifeguard. So this is her special ranged aqua something increases. What is that? I wonder if that's just a poor translation of her auto range. So the range, I'm assuming the range of Aqua Wheel is what that means. Increases by 20%. Increases the damage of allies in the safe zone by 30% for 5 seconds. Or I wonder if that's the name of her actual weapon skill. That's interesting. Huh. I'm curious on what that is. Yeah, like these frustrating, always having to go with the translation here, but this is what I got to work with, so I'm sorry guys. And then the typical 10% extra damage when fully limit broken, and then you also get weapon skill regen speed at 15% here in the bottom here. But overall, seems like I don't believe we know her actual party buff at the moment, so kind of a bummer there. I think that's going to be a big deal on determining her viability for these characters. I would say just the standard 50% melee attack, but I'm not seeing anything that really jumps out of the page on me so far. But it's really tough to evaluate these characters just purely off text. We really got to see how her actual animations work. We can really go from there. But at the moment, it seems like a solid. Currently, we're seeing Sohee. She seems like a solid character. Nothing too game breaking, but just another character in the rotation that is going to help with a lot of meta diversity, where she's not completely power crept, but at the same time, she's not weak either. She's definitely holding her own. So I'm interested to see just how good Yuze is going to be as well when she enters the meta. So now that we got her kit out of the way, let's get into the rest of the actual patch here. They're going to be adding the new English voice for Beach Sohi. Kind of weird that they're adding it 2 weeks after her actual release. Okay, so they're going to be adding Nightmare World 11, Unrecorded World Part 2 is added. Stages 1, 2, and 3 will be open first. Next stage is scheduled to open on the 24th, so it looks like a week later. And then Coliseum League split preparatory work. The Coliseum will be split into several leagues. Each divided league consists of similar number of players. Ranking rewards are the same for each league. This is something I'm actually really curious about. I don't think we have enough information to really talk about this at the moment, but I wonder if this is just like a shard-based thing where they're just going to be grouping people up to make matchmaking easier, or if this is going to be kind of like Master Tier where it's like a separate thing. Divided into equal leagues, not upper league or lower league concept. The time of application of division will be announced through a later notice. I'm just wondering why this is even necessary. This is kind of bizarre to me. So improvements to heroes and exclusive weapons. So we got Tinia. Is going to be getting base stamina increase. It seems negligible in my opinion. If we move out of the way here, you're also getting base defense as well. So she's getting a little tankier, which I think is actually kind of nice. And then, but probably not going to notice, but too much. It's Harmory. So I'm assuming that's Grimmery. The damage increased from 400% to 460%. And then Eugene. It looks like Eugene actually got a decent amount of changes this patch, where it is basic attacks first dash damage changed from dealing double damage to dealing single damage. Total damage is the same. Then the effect of increasing the range defense by 30% of speed action. Special abilities is changed to the increasing the defense by 30%. So just a flat defensive change. I think that's going to be good. And then also over here, we have Armada. That is Marina's exclusive weapon, is the option pooling area damage is increased by 20%, and then the exclusive option bullet damage for Eugene's Braveheart when she's using ranged is increased by 13.8%. So I think both of those characters are needing a buff. It's just funny from playing this game in the beginning. I never would have expected to see Marina and Eugene getting a buff like this, but you know, here we are where they're, you know, still kind of in the meta. They're like holding on. And then some bug fixes here. This is nothing too exciting, I believe. So hero's weapon charge speed effect value is limited to a maximum of 100%. It looks like, I think that's probably for the best. I believe there's other characters that have been taking advantage of that, you know, and then it could potentially make some cheeses happen. So capping it 100% is probably for the best. And then party effects, hero abilities, and equipment options are applied based on the combined value. And then skill charge speed increase effect of skill dungeons is applied at the same. So it's just, I think a lot of this is actually going to make big difference on how stuff is calculated mathematically. But I kind of, before I make an actual determination on this, I want to read this in full English, not just the translated version of this, because there's a lot of specifics that could get lost in the translation here that I think would be a big deal. And then so co-op improvements. So the map of co-op game has been changed, and then the change has been made so that hero cannot be changed during the last 3 seconds of the quick match room. Countdown time is divided into ready and start, and then 7 seconds, 3 seconds later the game starts. Okay, that's super small. And then they've actually added new labyrinth stuff. So this is going to be the Tower of Horizon, where we're going to have Earth. And then also they're doing Labyrinth of Nothingness, so you can just use any type. I'm actually really excited about that. I think a lot of people that, you know, you're just starting to play the game, you finally got a good team up. It's going to be really nice to have this because it's pretty inaccessible for a lot of new players on the specific towers unless they're picking your one faction that you actually really invested into. And so then they added a new beginner mission that's, kind of random. You're just going to get some extra bonuses for being able to beat that. And then new collection. This is totally standard whenever they add a new exclusive weapon. So expect a 1% attack, defense, or HP boost. And then a 0.5% increase in one of those three for the exclusive on Fabi. And then bug fixes. Let's see if there's anything super interesting here, but I'll have you guys read through the bug fixes yourself. There's usually nothing too crazy there. And then unique heroes, growth packs. So now we're just in the whole packs. Hard to evaluate these when there's no cost associated with these at all. And so we got a new live event, Unrecorded World Part 2 Nightmare. Open primitive point exchange live event will be held. For more information about the event, please refer to event bulletin board. And then we have the exclusive weapon for Fabi and in the Guardian Pass here. And then the guild raid is going to be undersea exploration in progress should be scheduled on June 26th. So what would that mean? July 10th is when it's gonna go live for NA. New costumes here. Definitely take a look at these costumes and then check out the collection bonuses and plan accordingly on the ones that need to actually be purchased for the collection bonus. I highly recommend actually buying the set bonuses for those, because those sets actually start to add up. I usually use, if you're spending, I like to use my free-to-play gems for these, and then my paid money gems on pulls is usually how I break it apart, and usually get the max volume there, because these actually really add up. I wouldn't neglect this at all, and only buy costumes. If you're really trying to be efficient, I would only buy the costumes that give you collection bonus, because once you get, I believe, 100 costumes, then that's going to give you 10% HP bonus, but then you're just done getting HP bonus. So you could have all these quote unquote wasted costumes in there that are not benefiting you if you bought a lot of costumes that don't have the collection bonus. But that kind of goes out the window if you actually just want the costume because you think it looks cool. You know what I mean? So it's kind of one of those things. Do you really want to be a full min-maxer, or do you want to actually have some fun? And usually I go with the latter there. So I just like to give that advice for people that really want to min-max and potentially low spender / free-to-play. So every resource matters. And let's check out these weapon. So these equipment ones, I kind of like the ice cream thing. They got two of them, two different versions of it. I think I'm gonna go with, if I had to pick one, I kind of like this one over here. I like that one, but the other one's cool too. Probably pick both. I'm assuming one's for single. Yeah, one's a two-hander and one's a normal sword. And then the fish one for another sword. I think that's kind of funny. And then the cat, I don't know. That one's cute, but I don't know if I'm going to pull that one. And then that's it. I think we're done here. Going to call the video here now. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this new patch. It seems like nothing too crazy. I think, if anything, the thing I'm most excited about is going to be the new Tower of Horizon. Let me know in the comments below if you have any more to add about this patch, if there's anything in particular you find exciting about this one. And with that, guys, I am out. Peace.